What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is, another trading session, an episode, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So right now we got a lot going on. I've been in a few trades today. I took some trades on my Express. I lost that just barely. Um, I violated an account. Um, I got this one up 700, this one up 650. And now we're just seeing what this last trade will do. So for this trade setup, I'm gonna just break some of this down. A little tricky this morning for sure. Right now we have this huge gap that we see the market continues to kind of bounce off of. As you can see inside of here, as we come down into that gap, we continue to see buying pressure throughout the closure of this gap. So also on the 1 hour time frame, we have this structure right here. Give me a second. We have the break of this low right here, and then I'm going to just show you the structure and how I follow it. So we were bullish for me right here, and you can see we came down into that low. We popped back up, but then we ultimately broke below this low. So that makes the 1 hour for me bearish. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. So that makes the 1 hour for me bearish right here. 1 hour break structure. But we have all of these equal highs stacked up to potentially target. And then we also have some internal liquidity, resting like in here and in here as well. So I'm targeting this and not necessarily all-time highs. So go down to the lower time frame. We can see that we're getting a V shape out of this zone. But on the 5 minute, I'm still bearish from here. So we can see that we were traveling like this on the 5 minute. We end up breaking above this high right around here. And now we're getting this type of price action. Then we sweep this high and we come down right here. So once we break below here, my 5 minutes bearish. And really, typically I would be looking for sells. The 1 hour's bearish, the 5 minutes bearish. We could have took a sell, dragged the 50% from here to here. And now we're in that upper half of this 5 minute zone, which we could see sellers step back in anywhere in this area. But we also have buyers down below this area. So I was definitely anticipating a reaction from up here. We also have the moving average protecting that 5 minute high, which is up here. This is the 5 minute high. And now going down to the lower time frame, you can see first that we have this 5 minute bullish imbalance. And I'm going to get rid of this huge green zone. We have this 5 minute bullish imbalance and this 5 minute bearish imbalance. So kind of breaking down this trade, we end up breaking below that 5 minute low, which is right here. And then we get a V shape out of that zone. This is called a V-shaped recovery, showing you that buyers are present in the market down here. So what I'm looking to see is us hold this V shape and potentially have a reversal to the upside to take out all of this liquidity, or to start to head towards all of this liquidity on the top side. We have all of these highs resting above right here. Now, going down to the lowest time frame. Well, actually, let's go to the 3-minute first, because the 3-minute is bullish now. We broke this 3-minute high right here, and we are now back in that zone. So the 3-minute is bullish, 5 minutes bearish. We may tap down into this 3-minute imbalance to then take us higher, but we also have this 3-minute imbalance right here that could also potentially hold us. But I see us most likely heading lower and taking out or heading towards this 3-minute imbalance first. So we have this small 3-minute imbalance right here that I expect to push us back down, possibly into this imbalance to head back to the upside. So now we have a good framework of things that could take us back to the upside. So we have our 3-minute high, 3-minute low. This would have been like a breaker kind of setup. So I'm thinking of maybe putting my stop loss right around here. This would probably be the breaker. I don't even know if we would consider it the breaker for sure. I'm going to put that in yellow so it's easier to see. And I'm going to put that stop loss right below the breaker and see if we can get a bounce off of this yellow zone. Breaker, 3-minute. And I'm potentially looking to enter in another trade. Since this is the combine, I trade those a little bit more aggressive. Right now, I'm thinking of entering in one
Order
more
filled.
position. So this is the structure now that we have on the 1-minute. So I'm looking for a bounce out of this zone with some strength after sweeping this 1-minute low. And we could end up going all the way down to this 3-minute imbalance and then going up as well. So I'm going to hold and I'm going to put it right in there, because we have this 1-minute right here that we could reject from and go lower. So once this 1-minute breaks to the upside, that will be a good indication that we'll hit this 3-minute high, which right now we're bullish on the 3-minute from this high to this low to this high. So this is my 3-minute bullish from here to here. And then framing out the rest of this, let's go check out the 15-minute. 15-minute looks to be the same as the 1 hour. So framing out the rest of this, we can look to see the 5-minute fill in some more of this upside range. We have this liquidity right here we can target. We have all of the equal highs up here. We have the equal highs up here. So this is kind of a counter trend setup to see if we can switch and go higher. Now, the easiest setup would have been most likely to go lower once we broke right here. This would have been the easiest setup, around probably right here, which would have gave us a looks like 1.5 R so far. And it may continue going down, but I already made money on the way up on this first push to the upside. I think I got in around right here on this 1 minute break and then scaled some out of the position around, I think, right here. So now we got a lot of momentum pushing through here. I kind of want to put my stop loss right here. Let's put it right here just to be safe. And if it stops us out, then I'm most likely done for the day. We have this 3 minute imbalance right here, and then this very large 1 minute imbalance sitting right here. And then this is also a demand area as well. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen.
Order filled.
All right, order has been filled. So now we're at 500 flat, which is still pretty good. That potential trade we probably should have took, which aligned with the 5 minute, is now running for a 2.5 R. And then this was the other trade right here, which ran for a 2 R. Now it looks like we're running to take the lows, which is technically what we should be doing based off the time frame alignment. But we also have the 3 minute, which is bullish at the moment, which could literally still take us higher from this moment. But I don't expect it now because of how strong the bearish candles are. But we could literally stop on a dime and then turn around. So let's see what gold is doing. See if anything looks good on there. So this was a potential trade off gold right here. This would have been a really good trade. Let me check the 3 minute and the 5 minute. Yeah, so that would have been a really good trade to head back up into this imbalance right here, which you can see we're now rejecting. This was our 5 minute breaker structure from this high to this low. And we could honestly continue up even higher and take out a lot of this liquidity on the upside, but this would have been the TP number 1. Now we have to look at the higher time frame to see if there's anything we can take. Right now, this is a sweep. This is the high. This is the low. And the only imbalance is in here on the 15 minute, which we're almost filling. Let's see on the 5 minute. 5 minute, we got an imbalance right here and right here. So looks like we have a lot of room potentially to the upside on gold right now to head back up into here. Let's check the 1 hour or let's check the 30 minute first. Okay, 30 minute. We are right here. We swept this high. Then we came down. We respected this. And now we're sweeping this. So we could see a pushback up into this 1 hour imbalance. Looking, I'm going to delete this stuff because it's a lot going on. Let's see. 30 minute time frame. Boom. Yeah, we just swept all the internal. Now we could be heading back to the upside. 30 minute, 3 minute, breaker structure. Imbalance to head back potentially to the upside. Then we also have another imbalance down here. Let's see if we are 50% into that zone. No, 50% is down here, so we might want to use that imbalance. Let's check the 2 minute. So this is kind of the area we want to look to see a push from. Back to the upside. If we go back to the 1 hour, sweep, imbalance, came back in pretty deep into that wick. 3-minute break. 5-minute is still bearish. Minute break structure. So we could take a sell off of this, looks like it. I'm kind of late to the party.
Order filled.
I'm gonna try it. So we definitely could take sales off of here, but we definitely could continue to the upside as well. So this one's going to be I guess more of a risky play. I should have been in a little bit earlier off the break of this 1-minute trend line, because you can see right here we're holding lows. And then, I mean, we hold this one again. And then once we break and close around right here is when I would typically look to get in. Around right here. Stop loss above some type of imbalance and the break. And then take profit would be probably right here or even down here. Now, overall structure tells me that, let me see, that we should continue at least to this area. But we did sweep a lot of lows as well. So I may look to get out very quickly or buy. So this is the area that I definitely expect to see some rejection from right here. And we could get some rejection from this area as well that I just marked out. So this is our 1-minute break right here. So we may experience some consolidation as well. Low, high. So this is, I'm just doing some analysis. Some theoretical stuff. All right. I'm going to go look at the RSI real quick on my trading view. Looks like we do have a little bit of RSI divergence at the moment. Oh, that's on NQ, sorry. Let me look on gold. No, it looks to be fine. That was an alert letting me know Nvidia is pushing lower. Let me check the 1 hour on Nvidia. Yeah, it looks to be pushing lower at the moment. So this is probably going to be a choppy one. Don't know if I want to stay in it. I got to look. We have a 1-minute imbalance in here. 1-minute imbalance up here as well. We're pushing down. We got some rejections. This might be a good time to go break even, to be honest. So I'll go break even on this trade. We could take out the low. 5 minute is still bearish, like I said, from this high to this low. We kind of rejected this trend line right here that I'm about to draw. So we broke below this trend line. We kind of came back and retested the breakout zone. So we could see the continuation lower to here, but also, like I said, we have the imbalance right here and right here that could easily just stop us out. So you can see now we're pushing up heavy on the 1 minute. And if we break that high, we may continue to the upside, because this is my new 1 minute high. But we also have to keep in mind that the market is fractal. So on the 3 minute, we're technically bullish. On the 5 minute, we're bearish. So what could happen is we have the break of this 3 minute high. We could come up, break this 3 minute high, and still be bearish on the 5 minute to respect this 5 minute structure and then go lower. So 5 minute trade, 3 minute trade right here. We go up another 3 minute high, and then the 3 minute breaks lower, and then the 1 minute would now be the trade setup for the 3 minute and the 5 minute. But this could also work out as well. It's just not as likely since we have this huge imbalance and then this one as well. And we also have a lot of highs up here that the market could respect this 3 minute and then continue to take out the 5 minute high. So it all depends on what the market wants to do. We swept all of the lows down here, and then we made a 3 minute imbalance that we could respect from sweeping all those lows. So I may get out and go for some buys here now.
Order filled.
But I want to close above this right here. That's a weak close, but kind of want to see what happens now. I'm going to go to the 30-second real quick. See what we can get. We got an imbalance right here. I'm thinking of taking the buys now.
Order filled.
Okay. We got a little bit of momentum pushing off of here. We're going to see if we can hold that and take some buys to the upside. Put the sell stops. We're really in a time where we could go up and down. Now that I'm looking at this, we have equal lows. Well, actually, we just barely swept that. There's still a lot of lows down here as well that we could take out. So the safest spot for this stop loss would be right here. Well, really right here, but we're going to see. I got to see how much the risk is on this. 300 to, where's the 5 minute? So we could come up and reject this 5 minute imbalance again. That's something I've started to notice. Price can still come and reject the same imbalances if we have not closed through them. So I may set a small limit for right here just in case we reject inside of this 5 minute again. Now the 1 minute right now is still bearish. No, actually it's bullish now. So I think I'm gonna let this trade tap us up inside of here. Now we want to see this kind of hold right here. We want to see this imbalance hold, and we have two imbalances now on top of each other. Now, if we get a strong candle back inside of that, then this trade is not optimal anymore. And it is a counter trend trade as well. Yeah, we don't want to see strong candles coming back down into it. So maybe we take some of the risk off now and put it around like right there. So first TP would get us let's see. I don't know why this is in the way. I don't even know what that is. We can exit out of the further pin up personalize. Yeah, I don't want that. Got it. Sorry. So first TP would get us 106. And then second TP I would have somewhere up here. So like I said, we don't want to see a strong candle pushing out of there, which we ended up getting very strong candles pushing through there. So we kind of want to see something like this hold. I'm going to put it a little bit lower right here. So first TP is going to be 100. Second TP I'm going to have maybe up here or even up here. But right now it doesn't, it's looking a little sketchy. This is going to cause us to consolidate most likely. So I'm expecting if we do hit that TP, something like this. And if we don't, we end up respecting this imbalance, breaking this trend line, and then probably heading to take the lows out. So the first thing we need to see is a push through this 1 minute imbalance and a close through that 1 minute imbalance. So right now we're getting a push through, but we have to close through. That's the key. You got to close through it. Okay, we closed through it. That's a good sign. So this now is an inverse. We still have a 5 minute imbalance up here. Not 5 minute, 1 minute imbalance up here and up here as well. That could continue to push us to the downside. But we did get an inverse right here. This was a very small, actually no, is that an imbalance? There was a very small imbalance right here that we inversed. So now we want to see if we can hold some bullish imbalances to push us to the upside. Curious to know what NAS is doing now and what we would have seen. So we had the 3 minute breaker structure to the upside. Then we had this 1 minute break, which ended up going all the way to a 4-point AR. And you can see once we broke the low, we start maintaining 1 minute highs, 1 minute high, 1 minute high. So now we're pushing up right here, but we may hold this 1 minute and then continue to push us back down. Or we can come back up to this new 5 minute structure, or this new 5 minute high. And then take us back down lower. Looks like gold is pushing decent. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's struggling still. Like I said, it's chopping. Looking at the 5 minute right now, we're getting a lot of rejections to this upside. We have a 5 minute imbalance right here as well. And we also have this 5 minute bullish imbalance, this 5 minute bullish imbalance. So we could see price dip even lower into this imbalance down here and take us higher. So let's go to the 1 minute, see what we are working with. Right now, this is kind of where we're at, high, low, higher, high. We do not want to see it break under this 1 minute low. We want to see that hold. If we get a break under this trend line, a break and a strong close of a bearish candle, then we're most likely gonna see this low at the very least go. We came up, swept this 1 minute high. We swept this low, and now we want to see that hold and push us up to here. But right now, it's looking like it wants to push us down into lower prices. So 148. We could get a push or a stab through this trend line also to then push us back to the upside, because you can see right here, we haven't closed through this 1 minute imbalance completely. We've rejected. We're still rejecting. We still have some under here of this 1 minute imbalance and this 1 minute imbalance. So that could be like a 2 minute or even a 3 minute. Let's see, it's a 2 minute right here. We've completely closed inside of this 2 minute imbalance right here. And then we have this 2 minute bullish imbalance to protect us to hopefully go continue to the upside and hit TP1. Once we hit TP1, I'm going to set my I'm going to be taking obviously one off here and then setting the other contract to break even. Now, since we're on the trading combine, I'm taking more risky setups, but typically you want to take a more solid setup and not something that's risky. So right now, yeah, this is more of a risky play where I can kind of tell you where the market is probably going to go, but not as confidently because we are consolidating. So we want to see this low hold, and we want to see, like I said, even though we're chopping around, we want to see it chop to the upside. We want to see something like, or that's not what I want to see, but that's what I expect. I'll say that much. That's not what I want to see, but that's what I expect if we're going to hit the TP. Let's go take another look at MNQ. We are now breaking that 1 minute high, pulling back into the 5 minute. We could pull this from the high to the low. This is now where I expect some sellers to come back into the market. Sorry, I got a lot going on now. I'll delete a lot of that and see a more clear picture. We got our 50% now. We have a lot of stuff going on up here. So this is the supply that may take us back over. And then there's a supply right here as well that this could be used as the inducement to then push us back down. So let's see. Small imbalances above. Yeah, there's a lot of zones that we could potentially push from. There's this supply way up here as well. But anywhere, selling anywhere within here is going to be valid. And you can see we're kind of creating this 1 minute trend line now. And we could honestly hold this and break the high, but you never know. You never know. Let's go look at the 5 minute real quick and see. So we ended up kind of sweeping the low initially. Oh, got to take that off. I mean, Q, make sure I don't have anything on. Let's go back and look at gold. We're still chopping along to the upside. Holding. I think I might take some off at this high. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to trail one of the stop losses as soon as we hit the high. If we can actually do that. Let's see. Then I'm going to set this to break even now. So as soon as we hit this high, I'm going to start trailing the stop loss. And because we have this imbalance that we could literally sweep the high and then reject and go down, continue down. You can see we tap back into this 1 minute imbalance right here. Now, is that going to hold and have us go hit this high? Not sure. No clue. I don't like how close we are to breaking the trend line now. The trend line's like around right here. So I'm going to start trailing this candle right here. See if we can get a pop back up to the upside. Gonna go ahead and delete some stuff again. So we had this is our 1 minute trend line right here. We want to see that hold. There's no wick under this, which is scary. There's a wick right here, no wick right here. I don't like no wick candles. This is a no wick candle as well, so I anticipate we're going to take this out, whether it's right when we hit this high or when we hit this high. But either way, my trade is at this point kind of risk free. So it's not a big deal if we come lower and take it out. And what we could do is come take it out and respect this candle and then head to the upside as well. Because you can see there's no wick right here, no wick right here. So with that being said, I think I'm going to stick with what I said in the beginning and trail once we break above the high. Because if I trail right here, we could easily wick down and then come and take the high. But right now, I'm expecting for at least this liquidity to be taken, us to reject off the trend line and then continue higher. But if we have a strong candle through here and we close under this, then it's most likely going to be stopped. We're most likely going to get stopped out. So that was what we wanted to see. And now we have to see if we can take out that high. So now I think I can trail since we swept the liquidity inside of there. We may come back down 50%. Come on now. Strong sellers, buyers took over. There's buyers inside of this wick. We want to see a rejection off of the wick now. 50% of the wick right there. Now, if we go any lower, then we're most likely going to continue lower. I've just started implementing the whole 50% of the wick type of theory. We rejected literally like almost exactly off 50%. Let me see. Close to it. Close to it. There we go. So that might be 50% now. Let's see. We really don't want to see any more candles pushing through this trend line, though. That's a red flag. This was 50% of the wick. We rejected off of it. So now we're trying to wait and see if we can actually hit the highs. The highs of this candle right here. We got another 50% wick rejection. Just waiting. I'm putting this stop loss because I want to trail it once it actually hits the high and not anything before then. So if we do trail it, then this would be this wouldn't be TP1 anymore. The trail would be the TP. Okay, so there we go. We got a no wick bottom right here, red flag.
Order filled.
So order's been filled. We are now sweeping that high. At the moment, that's not what you want to see. You want to see a continuation through the high, which we could still get. I was trailing pretty tight, but that's okay. So now we need to look for our higher time frame potential targets. Right now, we could still reject through this 5-minute imbalance, which you can see that's where we're at. This was our 5-minute breaker structure lower. So right now we're playing within that 5-minute range from this high to this low. Now, this is a pretty bullish reversal, and we're now respecting, you know, inside of here. I think we did not sweep that candle. Let's see. 4039.4, 4039.3. So we just barely swept this candle. So I don't know if that's a good enough sweep to have us continue from this imbalance to the upside. We could easily come back down, reject it again, a better time, and then continue higher. Right now, I'm going to go to this time frame and monitor this trade. This is our high. This is our low. It's our higher high. It's looking pretty grim. I would like to see us reject off of here and continue up, but like I said, we could easily have a sweep and go lower.
Order filled.
Order filled. So made like 129 off that position. I may sell right here. Don't want to quite yet. This is the 1 minute low. We could still hold this trend line and continue to the upside. So we'd have to see like a break under here to go lower. And then we'd maybe hit this and continue to bounce back to the upside. Or we can hold right here and continue up. So we base all of that off of how we react right now. Now we tap back into that 5 minute. I'm going to go check and see if there's an SMT with gold and silver. Let's see. Computer's going slow. Y'all got to give me a moment. Got to refresh. But that's some strong bearish candles to the downside at the moment. So now we are pushing lower. I'm going to take
Order
a sell.
filled.
We should have waited for the candle close though.
Order
so I'm going to
filled.
exit back out of this. We need to wait for the candle to actually close bearish under this. Otherwise, it does not count as the setup I'm looking for. So got a little trigger happy. We did sweep this high. We did tap back into this 5 minute. We did also create a bearish imbalance right here. So the 1 minute is trying to now align back with the 5 minute. So this is a 5 minute imbalance that we're tapping into. So now we can take a sell.
Order filled.
So I'm going to have my stop loss. Let's see. Stop loss is going to be around here. I'll put it actually up here. And the take profit is probably going to be, just to be safe, this low. Now we could go all the way down to here, but it's risky. It's a lot riskier of a trade. And that would give us much more, a much better risk to reward for sure. This gives us a 1.4. And this would be 3.4. So if I was doing this with 2 contracts, this will be TP1, also break even, and this will be TP2. So this is the spot that I want to see us hold to then continue lower. Now this looks like a sweep of the 1 minute at the moment. And if we continue to the upside from this point, then we may end up hitting this high. Now, if we can hold this and get a nice bearish candle right back down into this bullish candle, then I would expect for this play to work out for the sell. But if we break back into this range impulsively with strength, then I would expect that buyers are going to take back over. We also have this 3-minute still being bullish with equal highs up here. This is also a 3-minute imbalance that we could see continue to hold. I will be right back. I'm going to let this setup play out. Trying to set the break even tool up here. Okay, there we go. We're pushing down enough. I'm going to put the stop loss right in here. Be right back, guys. So it looks like we're getting a slight pop back up. We have this 3-minute imbalance that we could reject from and continue lower. We also have a 1-minute imbalance inside of there and this 1-minute imbalance. Now, what I don't like, once again, is this flat high right here. There's a flat high right here as well that you can see we just kind of swept. So if we can get a break like below here, then I think this trade is going to play out well. We need to see kind of like a good close below here, though, and not just a wick. The wick is going to signal to me that we may want to go back to the upside. Let's go back to the 3 minutes, see what we are working with. Still within this 3-minute imbalance, which we are now fully closed through. And then we have a 3-minute bearish imbalance right here that we could see hold. So I kind of want to see us push straight down. That's what I'd like to see. Be right back, guys. So this trade is going well. I'm just gonna go, I low-key just want to go ahead and exit. I'm gonna put it right there. I don't know what I just did right there though. Okay. Put it right at the top of that candle.
Order filled.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So it played out well. This is what happens when I follow my plan to the T. And it looks like it's all over the place, but it's really not. It's based off structure and a few different things. Structure, liquidity, and then of course time and price, which is like from 8:30 open to 12. But to go over this trade once more, on the 5-minute time frame, we are bearish from this high to this low. Now, how I got to that point is you can see that we kind of sweep this candle right here, 5-minute high, low, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. So now with that being my range from this high to this low, we can do a few things. We know that we swept liquidity up here, and we also swept liquidity down here. So these are my 2 points of interest when it comes to buying and selling. This is where I expect buyers to come back into the market, and the 50% above here is where I expect sellers to come back into the market. And now we are rejecting from that zone. And we could see a potential very large push to the upside. This is our 1-minute high. We know that the 3-minute is currently bullish. There's one imbalance up here that we could see a push back down from as well. That bearish push down. So we're getting a strong reversal to the upside. I might just be done for the day. I'm thinking about it. I could take this trade, but I don't want to continue to give back to the market when I've already gotten from it. So that's one thing I'm working on now, is not giving back profits to the market and not over trading. This is a inverse fair value gap right here. This is a 1-minute IFVG. V-shape reversal, but the structure has not aligned yet with this trade. The momentum is starting to align with the upside, but the structure is bearish. So this would have been entry as well if I wasn't already up so much. This is a 1-minute entry to take price, like way up here, to be honest, potentially way up there. Or at least target 1 would be on the 5-minute time frame, the equal highs, or this imbalance right here. So we're now breaking that 1-minute high. So we broke and closed above that 1-minute high with a ton of momentum. Now this would be the optimal spot to get in and see what happens. And so with working on discipline and everything, where's that target at? I think this would have been the target. This would have been the TP1 right here. No, this would have actually been my entry right here. This is an inverse fair value gap entry where we sweep internal liquidity. We close through the bearish imbalance, and then we target external liquidity. Now the actual TP would be this 5-minute imbalance. This is a 3-minute now, but this was a 5-minute imbalance, and then slash these equal highs right here. But since we may once again reject from that 5-minute, which was that first initial buy trades target that I took over here, we hit that imbalance instead of the high, which is what I wanted to see. And then we ended up rejecting off of it and going lower instead of taking the high. So same thing right here. We're sweeping internal liquidity. We didn't even sweep down here yet, but we did sweep right here. V-shaped reversal. We could come up, tap into this again, or we can come up and actually take the highs this time. So just going over the accounts now, this one's up 700. This one's up 776. This one is down 239 for the live. And then this is my other paused express, which I refreshed. So we got 4 accounts right now. I'm looking to see if I can get these two back, but I'm not too worried about them. Back to, like, not back, but as in funded. So I may call it a day. Market's a little choppy. I would want to see a little stronger price action. So I think I may call it a day today. Just to go over what we saw in the beginning of today's session, about 1 hour ago. Let's see. We'll start with NAS. So let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and lock this account. So all the accounts now should be locked out, lock out. And then we're waiting on that one. Yeah. So we're good now. We're just going to do a quick recap on what I saw coming into the day. And you can see we're with that trade I marked out earlier. We tap back into this 5-minute range. And I thought about setting notifications up for this, but I wasn't too worried about it. And so now that we're in that possible sell area, we look at the 1 minute, and we also have this trend line. Once we break that trend line, and we break this 1 minute low, I could have got in for a sell around right here or right here. So I'm thinking probably right here would have been the safer spot. So I always like to do that as the examples. And then targeting this low. And that's a 2.5 risk to reward ratio. And you can see now we're holding those highs to then push us down further. So I hope you guys learned something from this today's session. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want some one-on-one teaching or coaching, mentorship, whatever you want to call it, just click the description, in the description below, and you'll see that there. All right, till next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.